right, welcome back, and taking a look now at some of your trending topics this morning. And here they are, starting off, and the first two go together. Hashtag Lindiwe Sisulu, hashtag Zondo. So in case you missed it, the ANC NEC member Lindiwe Sisulu, who is also, of course, the Minister of Tourism, she penned an opinion piece a short while ago, and in it, she makes remarks about a wide range of issues, including the judiciary. And I don't know if people have read said piece, but of course there has been quite a bit of response to it. Many people have literally penned their own opinion pieces in response to what they deem problematic with Lindiwe Sisulu's view on a number of matters. And the judiciary, among those that she highlights as being, you know, perhaps problematic, if you will. It would be great to have Lindiwe Sisulu herself also speak to this particular matter, to take us along in terms of trying to understand what it is that she's getting at. And then yesterday we saw the acting Chief Justice, the Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, responding to what is deemed to be an attack on the Constitutional Court, on the judiciary, and by those who serve in it or on it, by Lindiwe Sisulu in that opinion piece.
So very interesting, and her response to what Zondo had to say yesterday is that she's in consultations with her legal team, and they'll see what the next step is going forward. So that's kind of in a nutshell what's going on, but there is so much. Well, this is the tweet that the minister put out. I've noted the comments made by the acting Chief Justice Zondo, and they will be engaged with at an appropriate time in an appropriate platform. So that's kind of what the response has been. And you know, it's just quite interesting to have read all of the different responses that have come through, because I think you know, from reading the article and having a look at some of the things that are brought up, and it's not only, as we've been saying, about the judiciary and about the Constitution. There's been a lot.
Yeah, it's a wide range of issues.
It is a wide range of issues. However, for me, had this been written by anybody else, I would look at it and say this is spot on. But I would say that it's spot on as well. But the reality is that this has been written by a person who has been an active part of what should not be in this article and what should have already been rectified, but it's not. And I'm not only talking about the judiciary. I mean, you just talk about the poverty and only how some have benefited and how there are only a certain amount of people that have got wealth. And the reality is that it's being held on to, and the freedom is not enjoyed by everybody. And, you know, we're doing the people wrong. But she's part of the inner circle of this. So that's my first interpretation of it. So it's hard to read it and not separate the person from the actual situation.
This is true, and as you say, there's a lot that's said in there. That there's a lot that begs further extrapolation. But also, if you look at the people and those the ones who have responded to it as well, there's a lot of questions to be asked. I mean, for me, Lindiwe Sisulu, asking questions, and as you say, the right touch points for many a South African on some of the issues she raises. However, the question is, isn't this a bit hypocritical of Lindiwe Sisulu, given who she is, the positions that she's held in this democratic dispensation that has led to these things that she points out in that opinion piece? Equally, I must say personally, yesterday, I wondered, why is the Chief Justice, the acting Chief Justice, responding to an opinion piece? Is he going to call a press conference every time someone attacks the judiciary? Also, what is our common understanding of what constitutes an attack on the judiciary? And I'm willing to concede that maybe this is my issue. I'm the one who doesn't understand, and I don't. And I wish someone would explain to me what actually constitutes an attack on the judiciary, because listening to the Deputy Chief Justice yesterday, the acting Chief Justice, you know, when he talks about being insulted, the Constitution does not protect you from being insulted. You do not have the right to not be insulted.
Yeah.
So there's a lot that we need to unpack about everything that's going on here. It's not simple, but there's been a wide range of responses to all of this. And I think this is also our 2 cents on the matter.
Amazing.
But just a final one there.
It's a big one,
Back
it really
to
is.
school?
And that's also our question of the day, so don't worry, the conversation hasn't ended. We'll continue to get your views just as much as we've got views and opinions, everyone else has as well, and we'd love to hear from you. Back to school, that happened yesterday in inland provinces, so we saw all the little ones going to school, and first time for a lot of people, and I think the parents were more upset than the kids as usual. But going back to school is a bit different these days. It's not how it used to be. Now it's, of course, that whole some go, some don't, and it's a whole rotational thing. But, you know, that's what's happened at the schools. But a lot of little ones back at school, and the year is fully underway for schooling. But talking about that question, let's get that onto the screen so we can start getting your reviews.
There it is. So what are your views on the opinion piece that was penned by ANC NEC member Lindiwe Sisulu and subsequent responses to it? And there have been quite a few.
A lot of responses. So really, really looking forward to some of these responses from you, and we will get as many out to you as possible. All right, let's take a break. And after the break, what is under the spotlight? We're talking
about a statement released yesterday. We'll look at the NPA, that's the National Prosecuting Authority, and the priority for the Crime Directorate. We're going to look at their views, the statement rather, that they issued yesterday, and of course what this means following the first part of the release of the Zondo Commission report. So all of that coming up after the break.
Do stay tuned.